in the previous one of the previous attempts in this room here, and it said that a gargoyle saliva, which we read in the one book, will turn it to stone. When I went back out to the outside the house and looked up here, it said that that window that the gargoyles are around is the master bedroom window. So my current thought on that is, if we can get gargoyle saliva, we pop the monster blood into this room, turn it to stone, the walls won't be able to collapse anymore, and we'll be able to get into the attic. So we'll just see how this works. You creep stealthily into the master bedroom. It's an overwhelmingly creepy twist on your parents' bedroom. A large window is the most striking element of the room. Mom loves to open it on humid summer nights. It's a big trunk of valuables, you assume. You've never actually seen inside it. You kneel down and locate the chest combination lock. You'll need to input the correct code, which we don't know. The biggest, comfiest pillows you've seen in a while, which means they're probably slobbering monsters of some kind. The artwork on the wall is different. The signature says Claude moaning. You used to hide your parents' closet as a kid when you got scared. Today you're more afraid of what might be lurking in the closet. Okay, so this is the last room into the infinite weirdness. So that's useful, I guess. Do the latch and swing open the window. Well, isn't that convenient? A thick, gummy liquid is slowly dripping from the gargoyle's fangs. You hold out the empty container, making sure to catch several big gloopy drops of the substance as it runs off the gargoyle's mouth. Okay, so we have gargoyle saliva. So I think we have everything we need now to potentially make this room work here for us. You hurriedly open the bottle and empty its contents onto the green slime. Tension hangs in the air. Oh yeah. The spots the gargoyle saliva touch solidify, hardening into gray stone. The effect spreads until the entire floor is covered in petrified sludge. And now we have all the time in the world to open this. With one last push, you throw yourself into the attic. The attic is about as spooky as you'd expect. Dirt, grime, cobwebs, and big ornate mirror. So I talked about this book a little bit. It's a really old black and white television. You have no idea why your family kept it. What are you going to do? Just shove a bunch of TVs in your backpack? No, you wisely choose to leave it here. It's just a bunch of your old junk. You hear muffled laughter. Sift through the boxes, giving you a cursory glance. Nothing jumps out at you. Pinata. These colorful remains of a pinata lie broken in the corner. You feel an icy hand on your shoulder. It's the most expensive mirror you've ever seen. The frame is extremely ornate and metal, iron maybe. The image has a depth to it you've never expected. Forward for 2 mirrors in your attic. One large and freestanding, the other a hand mirror. The bigger of the two is shattered. You spin and face the reflection, holding out the hand mirror you've been carrying. The image shudders and a crack explodes across the glass. A faceless voice screams, the mirror shatters and everything falls silent. And there is a Goosebumps book sitting right there. Goosebumps. It's a Goosebumps story called Let's Get Invisible. You used to read Goosebumps all the time when you were a kid. Of course, you knew that dummy on TV looked familiar. It was Slappy, the evil ventriloquist dummy. And this is actually the book that relates to this mirror. That's kind of funny. That was the first book I remember my mother reading to myself and my sister when we were younger. And that kind of got me started on creepier things. And I read Goosebumps and even Goosebumps, Fear Street, and the older young adult Fear Street books, which I don't remember what that series in particular was called, but there's a good few of those too. You pick up the children's horror novella and notice the author's name, R.L. Stine. If only you had a way to get a hold of him somehow, maybe he'd know what to do. If his Goosebumps monsters are real, everyone's in a lot of trouble. You'd better get to the mall. No thanks. If you're that desperate for candy, there are plenty of other options. Cavity City comes to mind. Cavity City. Mom's old exercise bike. She put it together herself, and that was enough of a workout for her. It's been here ever since. It's a tennis racket. You can't see from here whether or not it's in good shape to use or not. The window provides a single beacon through the musty darkness of the attic. Okay, I think we have covered most of this stuff. You walk down the stairs feeling much lighter than you have since arriving. The rooms are all still off, but it feels less like a haunted house and more like your house again. You hop down the stairs and your mind racing for a way to reach the mall when a solution stumbles clumsily through the door. You slam directly into your brother as you leap down the stairs, and he barely seems to notice. Hey Mazruth, glad you're here. You see all this crazy stuff going on? I know, right? Are you okay? Not really, he says while looking around, making sure the coast is clear. I realized something about Mom and Dad, why they've been acting so weird lately. Oh no. Of course, it makes perfect sense. When did those creatures replace our parents? No, our parents are the same they've always been. No, what I was trying to say is even more shocking. I'm not their son at all. I can prove it, Mazruth, you'll see. Mom keeps important documents in the trunk at the foot of their bed. Go up and get my birth certificate. Normally you'd completely ignore everything he just said. Even by Chad's standards, this latest theory is ridiculous. However, today just might work to your advantage. I'll make you a deal. Since you're my brother, you know, probably. I'll go get your birth certificate, but afterward, you have to give me a ride to the mall. I know how to stop these monsters, but I can't do it without your help. Do we have a deal? Sounds like we have a deal then. You'll get the birth certificate so my fingerprints are nowhere to be seen. And I'll drive you to the mall afterward. Good. Remember, the certificate's upstairs in Mom and Dad's room in a trunk. The code to unlock it is 1992. Okay, so before we possibly move on to the mall, there's one more thing we need to address. And this might, you know what, actually, let's do this, because this might be a bad idea. Because I don't know what's over there anymore. So, if you remember, way back in the beginning, we came across that tree in the woods. We never came back here and actually looked at what's here. And there's an ugly creature thing. A very large creature has appeared from the clearing. It seems to be grinning and rubs its front paws together excitedly. The beast. The Beast from the East. I never read that book, I just remember the title, it's sketchy. Okay, so let's see what this thing says. A Polaroid photo of a beast from the east, cowering before a horrific face. Okay, this is probably a really bad idea. You pull the mask over your face. Something doesn't feel right. You yank the mask off and find that you're gasping for air. What is this thing? Impressive loot. Me not realize you such high level. It backs away nervously. Maybe we play again someday. The hulking brute shuffles backward facing you until he reaches a safe distance, then bounds off into the trees. Okay, this is what we came back to check out. Spade. Shovel slides easily into the dirt. After 3 scoops, you uncover something. Our key card. You think it's some kind of badge. Town Center Galleria is written across it. You tuck the security badge into your bag. Okay, that's gonna be useful. I'm glad we came back and checked that. You're certain something is out there. Well, it can just stay out there. We're gonna leave. No, we ain't going in the hole. Okay, so password's 1982, so we need to head upstairs. If he knows the combination, why doesn't he just go do it himself? Clunk! The trunk's lock disengages and its lid pops open slightly. You lift the rest of the way. It's a big trunk. Search. Among the other things, your brother's birth certificate is in the trunk. That must be what he was after. You carefully roll up the birth certificate and head downstairs. Killer indicates mom and dad are his parents. So the question is, what did he want his birth certificate for? You happily present the birth certificate, eager to receive your end of the bargain. I guess I was wrong, he says sadly, poorly hiding that the air's been knocked out of him. Chad shakes his head. I was so certain. You clear your throat. So about that ride to the mall. Oh right, he's certainly shaping up to be a pleasant companion. If it's that important, let's get going. He leaves the house, shuffling to his car while you follow. You hope that the drive improves his mood. You're standing outside the haunted version of your house. Your brother Chad's there too. He looks confused by the whole ordeal, but you can tell that he's trying not to show it. Still need a ride? Carrie didn't need extra miles, but let's go. Thanks, bro, you say. He forcefully nods towards the car, quite serious. You roll your eyes and add, thanks, Carrie. That's more like it. So where's the old girl taking us? Like I said, I have to reach the town center Galleria. I heard some things about the mall being closed today. You sure you want to go? That's the whole reason we're going there, remember? Duh, of course, must have spaced. You both hop in the car and start toward the mall. The mall parking lot's completely empty when you arrive. Slappy and his monsters must already be inside. You get out of the car, the door echoing as you shut it. Chad places a hand on your shoulder. Good luck in there, bro. I don't understand all the stuff you said, but these monsters sound pretty nasty. If anyone can stop Slippy, it's you. Slippy is a frog from Star Fox. The lot is so empty, it's absolutely desolate. You never find spots this close on a regular day. Trash can. There's nothing useful in the trash, not even a hamburger. Why would there be? I don't know. The mall directory shows that all the shops in Town Galleria. Entrance, elevator. This elevator travels up and down through the parking structure. You have no use for it. The mall entrance is up ahead, past the elevator. Move! You stand at the mall's entrance, working up the courage to go inside. You can vaguely see someone on the other side of the glass. And I don't know what it is, but it looks pretty ugly. Scanner, look. It's a security card reader, probably linked to the door. You pass the security card over the reader. It makes a subtle beep, and the door slides open. You press it against... Straining to hear the figure on the other side. Somebody's talking in a heavy mechanical voice. Yes sir, nobody's getting in here without my security card. You can tell who's on the other... You can't tell who's on the other end or what he might be saying. No, of course not. I gave it to the beast from the east for safekeeping. He will probably do something strange with it, but who's going to overpower him? No sir, my cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, I'll keep things quiet until he arrives. Not to worry, Mr. Slappy. The door slides open as you approach. You walk right in. You take 2 steps into the town center galleria. You scan the area for any signs of... The mall is closed for today. Vacate the premise immediately. This is not a drill. The security guard roughly shoves you out the door. Next time there will be consequences. Disciplinary consequences. When your head stops spinning, you collect yourself and consider the situation. You'll need to keep a sharp eye out for that security guard as you sneak through the mall. Maybe we can... I don't know, I got nothing. Okay, so the entrance appears to be the same entrance. Looks like there's a massage kiosk set up in that direction. Fountain up ahead. Rough Cuts looks like a jewelry store. Asley's Toys, a staple of malls across America. You find yourself standing near the demo unit of the very best in massage technology. The facelifter. I can only imagine that's an amazing thing. The security camera is aimed very specifically at the empty space on the floor. Advertisements for some restaurants in the food court. You're starting to get hungry. The sign implies the strange machine is a facelifter and that demonstrations are free. The store leads to the employees only catacomb that runs behind the stores. You consider the pricing and options on offer, you know this isn't the worst deal around. These are set up in every mall, ready to give customers the most embarrassingly public massage of their lives. Okay, we're gonna take that, because that, you never know, that might actually have some use. These pamphlets discuss the history and benefits of massage at length. It sounds like these machines use a revolutionary new technique. And I'm sure it just isn't going to be all that great. That is kind of surprising. With the giddy eagerness of a child sneaking extra dessert, you slip into the back passages. You're surprised at how much of a non-event this is. You're not sure what you were expecting, but this is just a hallway. It's a pretty boring brick wall. The mall doesn't go to any trouble decorating areas customers will never see. The store leads to the back room of one of the mall's shops. It's either locked or broken. And there's all kinds of weird noises coming from back here. You start to lift a pallet, but drop it as a splinter thrusts itself underneath your thumbnail. Youch. It's too big to haul back anyway. There's another hallway to the right leading to more stores. I don't know, why not? Okay, just for the heck of it here. You climb into the massage chair, checking every few seconds to make sure nobody's watching. No, that's all it does. There's no way you're going to put your face into the machine called the facelifter and turn it on. Yeah, that didn't do anything. Put a spork in it. My phone is getting low. Okay, so there may not really be anywhere I can go in the back here. That or it's a maze for the time being, so maybe let's just... You stop near the large decorative fountain at the center of the mall. Well, I can obviously see RoboCop there. The security guard must have a sweet tooth. It's best to keep your distance for now. Bookstore. You like going in and flipping through books without buying them. It's closed for the night, though. A very fancy tiled fountain full of clear, glistening water. Not glistening water, mind you, glistening coins just beneath the surface. That's leftovers. The second-hand left-hand store. It's one of your favorite shops to browse. There are more stores and kiosks further into the mall. Food court, chick cutlets. Walk the tiger. You stand at the mouth of the broad food court. A sea of cheap tables and chairs bordered by restaurants of every variety. Oh no. Standing at the payphones just outside the food court restrooms. It smells bad. is aimed right at the phone. If you stand there long enough, the place will call. They'll know.